everyone. I am back today to share an inspirational story I heard just recently. So it gave me goosebumps when I heard it, and I really wanted to come on here and talk about it. Again, this is not my story. I heard this recently. Let me just jump right in. So I heard this story from a gentleman. His name is Trevor Moawad. I know I'm butchering his last name. I have no idea how to pronounce it. But he is a mental coach, I guess is the best way to describe him, for like sports figures, sports teams, CEOs, big time business people. So I heard him telling this story. Now this story was actually told to him by his father, who, interestingly, his father is one of the original authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul. So that's kind of neat. So he told this story, and let me jump in. So there's this kid, and he is struggling in high school, terrible student, failing out of high school, not doing well. His mom has heard about this SAT test that everybody keeps talking about. This is decades ago, and tells him, please take the SAT. So he promises his mom, okay, I'll take the SAT. So he does. Doesn't expect much. You generally take the SAT at the end of your junior year. So he took it then, had the summer, got his results back over the summer, and found out he got a 1480 on his SAT. Now this is when the SAT was out of 1600. It's gone through various numbers, but it's back to 1600 again. So 1480 out of 1600 is phenomenal. That is a phenomenal score. So he was kind of like, wow. His mom, understandably, was like, you were failing out of high school, you got a 1480, did you cheat? He swear to his mom, I didn't cheat, I swear I didn't cheat. So he starts his senior year of high school thinking, wow, I'm kind of smart and I didn't even know it, right? Maybe I'll start going to class. So he starts going to class and doing his homework and paying attention in class and talking to his teachers, and slowly starts building up his grades. He graduates from high school. He goes on to a community college. He then transfers and goes on to, I think it was Wichita State University. And then he goes on to an Ivy League school after that. He becomes a very successful businessman. He's a magazine entrepreneur and has a very successful business, right? Well, time goes on. 12 years later, he gets a letter in the mail from the SAT people. And they're letting him know that periodically they go back and they do like quality control checks for making sure everything, is running smoothly. So they'll go back several years and look at old tests and make sure everything was graded appropriately and whatnot. So the year that he took the SAT, he was one of 13 students sent the wrong score. He, in fact, did not get a 1480 on his SAT. He got a 740 on his SAT. A 740 is not a good score, right? That's not desirable at all. However, his whole life changed when he believed he got an 1480 on his SAT. He didn't actually get any smarter, right? He was the exact same person. But what happened was he believed he was smart. He started thinking as if he was smart. And most importantly, he started behaving as a smart kid would behave by going to class, doing your homework, talking to your teachers when you need help, etc. So his whole life changed on his beliefs and his behaviors. And that's why it gives me goosebumps every time I think about that story. I love that story. So what does this have to do with health, right? Because I'm a health coach and I have a health coaching channel. So this has nothing to do with nutrition or exercise or sleep or stress or anything like that. However, it has everything to do with that, because when it comes down to it, whether it's how you do in school or in business, or whether you eat your certain way that you want to eat or exercise, stick to an exercise plan, it does come down to your beliefs and your behaviors. That's really what the driving force is behind everything. So that's how I think it ties into health. I could give you the best, like the diet plan and the exercise plan that is made specifically for you to work perfectly for you. The only problem with that is that you still have to actually follow it. And following things through, that's where we all get tripped up, right? That's where the beliefs and the behaviors come into play. So what I thought I wanted to do for the rest of this week, Tuesday through Friday, I'm committing to this live on camera. I'm going to try to come back Tuesday through Friday, do Facebook Lives every day, and I want to address something called our inner critic, or taming our inner critic. And we all know what our inner critic is. It's the voice in our head that tells us, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have any willpower, you've tried this before, you're a joke, you can't do this, who are you to think you can do that? We all have an inner critic. I certainly know because mine was talking to me right before I went on Facebook Live. Because believe it or not, doing Facebook Lives, kind of stressful. Not super fun to think about. Kind of feel like I want to throw up most of the time. But told my inner critic to shut up. I'm doing it anyway. And that's what I want to talk about for the rest of the week, is how to tell your inner critic to shut up, basically. Or to maybe make friends with your inner critic so they don't trip you up and you can do the things you want to do and change your beliefs and then change your behaviors and then literally can change your life. So the rest of this week, I'm going to be showing up live, hopefully. Let me know in comments or questions below if you have any experience with that inner critic talking to you, what your inner critic says to you. Or if you have any inspirational stories or suggestions of your own. I love inspirational stories. So hope you enjoyed the story today and hope to see you guys the rest of the week. That would be great to tune back in and we can talk about our inner critics. Okay, bye everyone. I'll see you soon. If I can figure out how to turn this off. Bye guys.